I'm going to fly the drone over now. I'm going to just take off.
No, you're not.
Absolutely.
You're not allowed. There's overhead lines, power lines. It's against the law. You do that, we'll phone the police and you'll be arrested.
Oh, don't phone police. Come on, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? I will be quick, I promise. I'll fly over and you'll just see it go across a few times and I won't be long, yeah? See my drone license?
Yeah.
You don't need
flying it over our facility, I need to see your license.
You don't need to see my license. Why would you need to see my license?
Property, and we've got intellectual property on that facility.
I'm about to take it over now.
I'm not taking it over.
I'm definitely.
Phone the police.
Don't phone police. Come on, that's silly, isn't it? Just for a bit of drone footage.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be silly. Come on. Got two of them now.
Stop filming as well.
But come on, don't be like that. Come on.
You've been asked politely 3 times.
You're at 999 in that, are you? Oh, are you kidding? Ring 101, that'll take ages, 101, won't it? But so I'm going to take it off soon, but don't be like that, come on.
Misusing 999 for non-emergencies wastes critical resources and can delay help for those truly in danger. When security staff call police simply because someone is filming in public, it exposes a clear gap in understanding the law. Instead of resolving the matter calmly, they escalate, expecting officers to intervene where no crime exists. This reflects a broader issue. Both emergency call handlers and frontline responders need stronger training on public photography rights. Too often, lawful activity is misread as suspicious simply because it makes someone uncomfortable. In this case, even the responding officer showed uncertainty about the law, highlighting just how urgently clearer guidance and smarter responses are needed.
Okay, do you want to tell me then what you've been doing?
I'm not going to tell you anything that I don't need to tell you.
Right, okay.
You've just come here and just accosted me for nothing.
Right.
We've got guys out there shouting through, he needs to delete that footage.
Yes.
I need to delete my footage.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
There are basically 3 rules with filming, very similar to the use of CCTV. Yeah?
Here we go, come on. Come on, explain.
If you're filming yourself, you can do what you like.
Ooh, yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, you're filming me, you can do what you like, I don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
More than welcome to. Okay?
Yeah.
If you're filming a private space, so if you are filming, well, initially if you're filming a public space, you can do, but you need to be willing to show that footage to whoever asks. You also need to comply with the Data Protection Act, which means that you need to be willing to delete that footage should they ask you to.
Imaging someone insisting you need to delete that footage is the law under the Data Protection Act. Sounds official, right? But it's completely false. The 2018 Act governs how organizations handle personal data, not private individuals filming in public. If you're recording for personal use in a public space, you have no legal duty to delete, show, or hand over your footage. There's simply no law that forces you to give up recordings just because someone demands it, or because they happen to be captured in a public setting.
Yes?
No, yeah, you've got that all wrong, honestly.
No, I haven't.
Of course you have.
No, I haven't, because it's
It was covered by data protection, right? Can I just explain that? I'll tell you that. I'll let you on. I'll let you know then. Yeah.
Go on then.
Data protection only applies to businesses. It doesn't apply to individuals. There you go. Look, that's your first mistake. Yeah.
No, it does apply to individuals. And if you're saying it only applies to businesses, that's a business, and they've asked you to delete it.
No, I'm not a business so I don't have to delete it.
Right, you do.
You're talking rubbish on camera.
If they've asked you to.
You're talking rubbish on camera.
Because otherwise, no, I'm not talking rubbish, because otherwise, what you're doing is surveillance. Have you got a ripper? Have you applied for a ripper? Do you know what a ripper is?
A what, sorry?
A ripper.
What's a ripper?
A ripper?
No.
A ripper is the paperwork to allow you to do surveillance, which is what you're doing with that.
We see a lot of people wrongly believe the Investigatory Powers Act $1,000 IPA applies to anyone filming in public. It doesn't. REPA only covers covert surveillance by law enforcement, intelligence services, and certain authorities. It's designed for serious cases like undercover operations or monitoring communications, not everyday recording. If you're filming for personal use, journalism, or a YouTube video, REPA simply doesn't apply. There's no legal requirement to get approval before recording in public. Otherwise, every tourist with a camera would be breaking the law. In this case, the officer misused REPA to intimidate someone. citing legislation that has nothing to do with private citizens.
I'm not doing surveillance, that's
You
silly.
are doing surveillance.
I'm doing aerial
Recording.
photography.
Yeah, which is surveillance. Form of surveillance.
Can you identify yourself, please? Because
Yep,
you just
I'm
walked
Charlie
up to me.
Oscar 82. I'm
And yourself, lady.
The Oscar 961.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Okay. So what you are doing is surveillance. You've just said you're taking photographs. Yeah?
I haven't said that. I've not confirmed anything.
Right, that's a form of surveillance. You're telling me that you're filming, that you've filmed over there. That is a company. They've asked you to delete the footage of what you're filming there, of what you filmed there.
I won't be
Are
deleting.
you refusing to do so?
Well, obviously, there's
Why?
nobody. I'll tell you what. I'll let you know
Right.
then. I'll let you know the law, that yeah.
Right.
Only a court can make me delete that footage.
Right.
Yeah.
In the UK, you're not legally required to delete footage just because someone demands it. The only lawful way your recordings can be erased is with a court order or a valid search warrant. Even police officers can't order deletion on the spot under the police. In Criminal Evidence Act 1980 for PACE, they must have reasonable grounds of property. Seize the material. Forcing someone to delete footage outside these legal steps isn't just unlawful. It could be classed as interfering with evidence or abusing police authority.
Right.
There you go. You can't delete it. You can't ask me to.
Right.
Well, you can ask me to, but I don't have
There
to.
is a government ombudsman that deals with footage like that.
Lovely.
Okay?
Yeah.
They can take you to court, certainly,
God. Yeah.
and they will prosecute you, and they will fine you, and it is hundreds of thousands of pounds, because it's the same rules and regulations that we use for surveillance.
All I would say is, good luck trying to get £100,000 out of me. I literally haven't got
if you don't pay that,
£100,000.
then it's potentially a prison sentence, then, isn't it?
Ooh, prison. God, I don't want to get in prison.
Worried an ombudsman might come after you for filming in public. Total myth. In the UK, only the Information Commissioner's Office ICO enforces data protection, and their rules apply to businesses and organizations, not private individuals filming everyday life. The Investigatory Powers Act, REPA, that's for covert surveillance by police and intelligence agencies, not someone openly recording with a phone. You don't need special permission to film in public, and no officer can legally make you delete footage without a court order. So, when you hear threats of fines or legal trouble just for street filming, remember, it's scare tactics, not the law.net.
Well, I'm asking you nicely, will you delete the footage that you filmed over there?
You can ask, can't you?
I can ask. Will,
I've not confirmed or denied whether I'm going to delete the
will you
footage.
delete the footage? Please.
What would you do if I don't delete the footage? I'm going back over in a minute. The drone's going back up in a minute.
Right. Okay, well, potentially we can get officers here to arrest you and take you away.
Arrest me for what? Go on, listen,
Right,
what
for
law?
breach of data protection.
That's not. You're under arrest for breach of data protection.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to say anything when questioned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Under arrest for data protection. Oh my God.
Clear this up. Data protection laws regulate businesses and organizations, not private individuals filming in public. Recording on the street isn't a crime. You can't be arrested for doing it legally. If a company mishandles personal data, it faces fines or regulatory action, not criminal charges. And in the video, when the officer admits he'd need to call regular police to make an arrest, that gives it away he's a PCSO, not a constable. PCSOs usually need permission to arrest, so his threats carry no real weight. All bluff, no law.
Can I just say you're talking nonsense?
I'm
You
not.
really are talking
I'm
nonsense. When the actual police officer gets here,
Yeah.
if I bother waiting for him, I might just get the footage now and drive off on my bike.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might just do that, but we'll see anyway. I'll tell you what, we'll wait for the officer to come and he will tell you you're talking absolute nonsense. You'll just walk off like and that'll be it. Get in the car and go. Are you going to go now so I can finish my drone footage?
No, I'm not.
You're not going to go?
No, I'm not. No. You seem to be enjoying filming me, so.
This is crazy. So, are you going to waste police time just by standing here?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're intent on doing that, so.
I'm not intent on wasting police time. I'd like you to go so I can finish my drone footage.
Well, I've asked you to delete the footage, I've asked you to show me the footage, you refused both.
The auditor calmly asks if he's moving on. The officer flat out refuses, admitting he's staying just to tie up police resources. Then he doubles down, claiming he won't leave until the footage is deleted, even though he has no legal authority to demand that. At this point, it's obvious he's not upholding the law. He's just trying to assert control, turning a harmless encounter into a needless standoff.
Yeah, because I don't really want to.
Right? And you've not even explained yourself as to why you don't want to.
I just don't feel like it.
Don't feel like it.
Yeah. Like, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Why did you have it? You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. And as I said, you know, you don't feel like it. You're being completely obstructive. You know, I've been completely reasonable with you. I've spoken to you politely.
Can I just explain to you the situation, right, from a high level point of view, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So go on then.
I'm stood in a public place.
Yep.
This is a public place. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm filming from a public place. I'm flying my drone from a public place. I'm abiding by all the drone laws.
Right.
I'm abiding by all the filming laws.
Right.
You guys have come here telling me I'm committing an offence.
Yep.
And now you stood there and you won't leave.
Right.
And you've admitted that you're going to stand here wasting police time.
Right. Okay.
Crazy. We're in a really crazy situation here.
Okay. I've asked to see the footage. Why aren't you going to show me the footage?
I don't have to. I don't have to and I don't want to.
Right.
I've got more footage to get yet. You know what I mean? I've literally got, I'm running out of time to get all this droned over. I've got some other places I need to get to.
If you film somebody and somebody asks you to then delete it, you have to be willing to at least show them with it and explain why you're not going to delete it, and explain to someone in authority.
Under what law? That ends the conversation, doesn't it, really? Under what law? If you explain to me the laws that require me to do something, if you explain to me the law that requires me to do something, I will do it.
Forget the myth. There is no UK law that forces a private citizen to hand over, explain, or delete their footage just because someone demands it. But here, the officer acts like there is, inventing rules on the spot and leaning on his badge instead of real legal authority. It's pressure, not policing. And that's where the real danger lies when officers make up rules. They don't just waste time, they erode public trust. Eventually, a fully qualified police constable arrives called in by the PCSO who had already exposed his shaky grasp of the law.
Over the factory?
I'd rather not say, but I plan to.
You plan to?
Yeah.
Right. Do you have permission to fly over there with it being private property?
What permission? This is what I've just been through with these guys. What permission do I need?
It's classed as private property there, so it's classed as trespass.
It's not classed as a trespass. If it is classed as a trespass, if I were flying low causing a nuisance, that would be a civil trespass.
It is a civil matter, you're right.
That would be a civil trespass. So I don't know why you guys would be getting involved. But if I fly it high, it's not classed as a trespass. You know, if an helicopter flies over, you don't class it as a trespass, do you?
I don't think there's any sort of minimum horizontal distance anywhere with drones anymore. I think it's changed.
Exactly.
You probably know more than I do, to be honest.
Yeah, I reckon I probably do. So yeah.
Be clear, in the UK, no law requires private citizens to hand over, explain, or delete their footage just because someone demands it. Yet here, the officer makes up rules on the fly, leaning on authority instead of actual law. He pushes for compliance through intimidation, showing exactly how misinformation breeds overreach. That kind of bending of the rules doesn't just waste police time, it erodes public trust. And as the tension builds, a fully authorized constable steps in called by the very PCSO, who had already shown just how shaky his grasp of the law really was.
That's why I'm still here, because let me just tell you this, right? I'm not stupid, right? If I were committing a crime, yeah, I would have been on my toes now on that little bike and nobody would have caught me, but I'm not committing a crime, that's why I'm still standing here. I just want to prove to everybody that I'm, you know...
I don't think you have committed a crime.
Excellent.
You should be in handcuffs.
Exactly.
However, I've got to try and work with you.
Yeah, you can
so
try and
in terms of, when you're flying a drone in public, like you're doing now, you can film anywhere. Nobody can stop you. You can start to film what you want, which isn't an issue. However, once you cross over the border into sort of where factories are, it's private property, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's no...
how would you feel if somebody encroached into your private home and started filming you?
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, that's residential. So if you
it is, but it's still private.
If you fly over somebody's residential house and you're like looking in the windows or something, that's covered under privacy law.
In the UK, only the Civil Aviation Authority sets the rules for airspace. They decide where drones can't fly, such as near airports, sensitive sites, or other restricted zones. Outside of those areas, operators just need to keep the drone in sight and avoid flying too close to people. But in this clip, the officer wrongly assumes the company below controls the skies. In reality, it has zero legal authority over airspace. Instead of checking the actual CAA guidance, he jumps to conclusions and tries to enforce powers he simply doesn't have a textbook example of. assumption replacing law.
Flying over like a business or something like that, just getting some aerial footage and whatnot. There's no.
You're supposed to seek authority from them first, really, because it's their private property.
But that's an opinion. That's not a fact.
It's
you know.
not.
Yeah,
it's a fact. It's private property.
No, because I tell you what. Then
it is a civil matter and it is trespass.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. As soon as you've been so nice to me when you come over, you kept your distance or whatever, I'll let you know, because I know a bit more about you than the drone laws. Yeah. Basically, I can fly over there with this sub 250 drone. I can fly over the private property, and that's because they do not control the airspace or own the airspace. The Civil Aviation Authority controls and owns the airspace, and there are no. I checked before I launched. There are no controls in place over this airspace here.
Auditor nails it here. If officers want to cut down on wasted call-outs, the fix is simple. Just explain that public filming and drone use aren't police matters. Instead, too many get dragged into drawn-out debates, accidentally validating the business's false assumptions by skipping a quick clarification. They guarantee repeat calls over perfectly legal activity. A calm, 1-minute explanation would, and it instantly and free police to focus on real crime.
Right.
So, for instance, prisons and airports, there are controls in place.
You're right.
Yeah. So you can't fly over them because the Civil Aviation Authority says you can't, and it's actually a crime to do that. Whereas the airspace over this facility here is not owned by this facility. They can't tell me whether or not I can fly something over or not. It's literally owned and controlled by the Civil Aviation Authority, and there's no controls in place.
Have you finished for today?
Nearly. I have got a little bit more. When these two arrived, I had to stop filming because I just wanted to have a quick chat with them just to make sure they weren't going to jump me or out.
I don't really know that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I just thought I'd just.
Right, we're not those type of people.
Yeah, good. That's really good.
You've got a job to do. If somebody raises concerns, we've got to come and speak to them. Get to
Absolutely, yeah. What you'd be best off doing, just nipping in and just telling them what he's doing is completely legal. That would be your job today. You'd literally just go in and just say, look, I know you might not like it, but what he's doing is completely legal. We haven't got any jurisdiction. The guy's not committed a crime, so we don't have any power over him.
That wraps up another case where confusion took the wheel. What started with a 999 call over perfectly lawful filming spiraled into a circus, built on misunderstanding, not misconduct. The PCSO on scene leaned on laws that didn't apply, dropping data protection buzzwords and bluffing about arrest powers. Instead of solving the issue, he fueled it. A quick check of the actual rules could have ended this in minutes. Thanks for watching Rate the Audit. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more independent coverage, and be sure to check out Northern Audit's links in the description. See you in the next one.
I know, yeah.
I say I've not got an issue with you. You don't always give your name right, are you?
Oh no, definitely not. No, thank you. And there we go, guys. This guy knows a little bit more about policing than the PCSOs, which I'm not surprised about, really. I mean, we're only trying the best out there.